His economy isn't so good. He's down in supply by a lot, making links, getting additional upgrades, and that's GG, man. So game number 3 is gonna go to Cass, puts him up 2-1.
Yep, it's an unfortunate situation, but it's a tough map for Zerg. We said from the beginning, and basically all the points that we pointed out were stayed true. So it's rough, but we'll have to see what happens next. I'd like to say a huge thank to PokerStrategy.com for supporting this event.
Absolutely.
And supporting esports. They've been around since TSL3. They're great sponsors. They believe in esports, and I think we should believe in them too. So if you like poker, go check out PokerStrategy.com. Give it a gamble if you like to gamble. I know I do. I'm not very good at poker, but it's a lot of fun. So
you lose a lot of money doing poker?
Whenever I play poker,
you just always lose money.
The only time I play decently is when I'm drunk, and I don't even think I play that well then. I just like to tell myself I do, but whoa, dual site. Targa choosing dual site? Now that's interesting.
Yeah, let me go ahead and play the quick the poker strategy video really quickly, and then we're gonna get into game number 4. Let's go ahead and get the video loaded. Here it is.
PokerStrategy.com. Learn to win.
Alright guys, as we said before, of course, those are the sponsors of the Showmatch. Check them out at PokerStrategy.com. Also thanks to our other sponsors. They are SteelSeries and Scuff Gaming also, which is on this overlay. So huge shout out to SteelSeries as well. They are giving a Diablo 3 mouse. I think there's an admin posting in the chat all about that. So you guys, I think you just have to go on Twitter, hashtag MFV or MFRV, something like that.
MFTV.
MFTV, and you're automatically entered for winning that SteelSeries Diablo 3 additional mouse. So we're going to get into game number 4, guys, between Cass and Targa. And as you mentioned, it is going to be GSL dual site, and a very interesting decision from Targa.
Very.
Yeah.
He must have something planned here.
Absolutely.
Or he must just like the map in general, because I wouldn't say it's a Zerg favorite map, and honestly, it's not a map I would choose as a Zerg player, but I mean, once again, Targa's a pro, not me, so I can't really question his decisions. I'm left to wonder about it, I suppose.
Yeah, I want you to talk to Targa about it and just be like, hey man, why did you choose this map? Let me in on this.
Oh, I would love to know. I'll have to ask him about it.
Alright guys, we are getting into game number 4 between EmpireKas and Targa. This is a best of 9. Currently we have Cass leading the best of 9 2-1 over his opponent. And let us go ahead and introduce the players. In the upper right position, going to be spawning as the blue Zerg. We do have Mind Freaks Targa. And in the bottom left, we do have the green Terran player EmpireKas. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just going to introduce Cass, but...
Okay, you'll do it next time, man.
Alright, awesome. We need the Street Fighter voice.
Oh, you can try. I'm not even.
No.
I'm just terrible at doing the Street Fighter voice.
I'll have to practice it.
You can practice it on stream, man. You have 558 people watching you. They can see how you can do it.
Alright, maybe I'll try it next time.
Okay.
Maybe I won't. It'll be a surprise.
Alright. Well, you're gonna introduce either way, so.
Alright, cool.
Have fun doing that. But yeah, man, 2-1 so far from Cass, showing very good play from the Terran. I mean, he held off the counterattacks from Targa. Not the best, but held it off rather well. And I can completely see where Targa was going with it. He needs to buy himself enough time. He needs to kill as many harvesters as he can. Committed a lot into the Baneling composition early on in the game. Did some damage, but overall, I think Cass just had the better composition and great positioning in the center of the map, and overall was able to win the game.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, if anything, we just showed that game just shows how patient Cass is with how he plays. Like, throughout all those counterattacks, it'd be so easy to just, you know, just throw your units at the Zerg after all that. But he was very patient about it. He got all the tanks that he needed. He got a few Thors out. He got the upgrades, and then he pushed. And I think that's commendable, because it's very easy to get frustrated when the Zerg counters like that so consistently. So overall, very impressive out of Kas, and you know, it was commendable effort from TarGA as well. There's a lot of good counterattacks. He did a lot of damage with it, but in the end, he just wasn't able to compete with that army. Like it was almost a, you know, a rout watching the Zerg run in there. But you know, it happens. It happens to the best of us. I feel for you, TarGA.
Yeah, man. Stay strong, TarGA.
Yep. Just going for that quick gas opening again this time. Not opting for the gasless opening like last game.
Yeah, so interesting. I don't know if you caught the build order. He went hatch first and then got the gas before the pool.
Yep.
That's very interesting. Generally, you see the pool before gas, so...
I think... Yeah, well, I mean, obviously he wants speedlings as quickly as possible. Whether or not it's to be aggressive or just simply, you know, to scout is, you know, anyone's guess. But I think that's why he went that route.
And if we look in the base of Kas, it looks like he's opening up very similar to all of his games, getting his double gas very quickly. Did position the barracks in an interesting location, but I think TarGA saw this. Yeah, he sees the barracks, and there's a command center almost done from Kas. And a little bit of aggression, so some drones are going to get pulled off. Not too much to really worry about. Kas being a little bit aggressive with the Marine, but just
this bunker is interesting.
Yeah.
At the top of the ramp, I guess he's gonna wait a little bit to float that down. Maybe he saw the gas timing himself. No, he hasn't. So that's a bit interesting that he chose to put the bunker at the top of the ramp.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I can think about is he might be trying to hide something. If you're a Zerg and you kind of scout this, you're going to think your opponent's on one base. He doesn't see the... oh, he does see the command center. Never mind. So he sees everything. That's just an interesting decision from Kas. But he's going to go ahead and add on 2 additional factories. This might be looking to be a similar opening. Maybe he's going to try to go ahead and tech into the Blue Flame Hellions, which he wasn't able to do in the previous game. But speed on its way from TarGA. Continue just harvester production at this point. 2 drones in production. 25 drones for the Zerg. 22 SCVs for the Terran, and it's all going to come down to the tech of Kas and what he's going to do with it.
Oh, and these links sneak in. That was beautiful.
Sick.
As the only reason those got in is because he went in with the Overlord, so all the Marines went to kill the Overlord, and then the links snuck in, and now he sees the factories, and that's huge.
Yeah, I completely agree. He sees everything. He sees both factories, the barracks. That's just, those lings are definitely worth their scouting.
Oh, absolutely. Kas moving the command center down to the natural now, preparing to take that. He's transferring some SCVs, and we'll have to see what TarGA does with what he's seen. Looks like the Roach Warren's the answer, and you know, with good reason, because he knows Hellions are going to be out.
Yeah, and this is interesting. He can either be aggressive or he can be defensive, and the fact that he scouted these Hellions, he always has an option. He can either make roaches to defend, he can just, you know, defend with the roaches and just follow up with more roaches and try to kill his opponent. And if Kas goes for that very quick 3rd command center and TarGA does a very similar build to game 2, he might just straight up kill his opponent.
Yeah, I agree completely. It looks like he's getting siege mode this time though, and the tank, so that's good. But I mean, like you said, I mean, TarGA almost needs the roaches for defense, because things like this happen on this map because of the wide open natural.
Yeah.
And now the Hellions cruising into the main. They're all very low on health, but they're still going to get at least a few drone kills here.
Yeah, I like this from Kas. Just moving into the natural, sees the spine, just moves into the main. Overall, TarGA should be able to clean this up, but some damage was done by the Hellions of Kas. And there's a command center again, getting an armory. And we're going to see mech, man. Armory. We're going to be seeing some Thors, I think.
And you know what? I love it. This is the map to mech on for sure. Just because, you know, it's so compact, it's easy to keep a nice siege line in between the natural and the 3rd. You know, it's a good way to play this map. And once again, there's that quick 3rd base. It's shaping up to be a good game. Quick 3rd base from TarGA as well. And you know what? It's going to be relatively safe considering he's playing against mech.
Yeah, and generally what you want to do against mech is just expand everywhere, make a bunch of drones, and then just try your best to go to tier 3 tech as quickly as possible. You know, if you're a Terran player and you're meching, you're not really gonna. I mean, you can move out with a nice army, but you usually wait until you have a lot of Thors, a lot of tanks, a lot of Hellions, and then you push out. And the way that this map is kind of designed, mech play plays very well. I mean, you can siege to the third, easily kill that. Even positioning in the main can be very easy. And you just have to build your economy. That's all you have to do as a Zerg player. Get your economy, get your Broodlords, get your Ultras, Infestors, whatever composition you go for, and just you know, cross your fingers and pray, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a lot of, I mean, it's a lot of what it's like to deal against mech. You really got to catch the Terran out of position. That's kind of a huge part. You got to trade effectively, because if you just, you know, turtle up on 200 roaches and then attack, and if you don't trade well, then, you know, the Terran can just roll you over if you didn't trade like as well as you should have. It's kind of a huge aspect of it. But yeah, you want to get that tech as quickly as possible. You're right. And then, you know, once you get those Broodlords out, that's I mean, it's always kind of funny when the tanks are at your doorstep, and then all of a sudden the Broodlords morph, and they have to just unsiege and turn around.
That's why it's good to like just turtle as much as possible as Zerg. You can just catch your opponent off guard, and 90% of the time they're just gonna siege, pull back, and just, you know, panic and make a bunch of Vikings, just make a bunch of Marines, hope they can defend your counterattack. But generally that's the position you want to be in. Already, Kas is building up a very scary army. Has a bunch of tanks, 3 tanks on the map, 1 Thor, a bunch of Hellions, 10 Hellions to be exact, 3rd command center, excuse me, nearing completion from Kas, and creep spread from TarGA on its way as well. 12 drones in production. What is the harvester count? So he knows he just has to drone up at this point. He's going to be up to 70-ish drones very soon. Pathogen glands, and man, it's looking like a good game, as you said before.
Yeah, I would like to see more drones out of TarGA, honestly, because you can always just make spine crawlers, and you kind of need those once the Thors start rolling up. And yeah, that's exactly what he's doing, just putting in a few spine crawlers here and there, and that'll help against Hellion run-bys and things like that.
Yeah.
He's getting Burrow as well, +2 attacks, +1 carapace. Pathogen gland's already halfway done. More roaches, more spines. I'm sure we'll see the hive relatively quickly here. And I would like to see some more expansions before too long. But it looks like Kas is threatening here. I don't know if he's going to commit to a push fully, but he's got to have an answer to this.
Yeah, this would be a pretty sick timing from Kas, though. I'm going to be honest. If he hits a timing where he catches TarGA over droning, he can do a lot of damage. And you know, you still want to be on your toes as Zerg when, you know, facing against mechs, because there could be a timing push like this coming from Kas. He is ahead in supply, 148 to 144, mixing in additional Thors and siege tanks. But TarGA might be ready. I mean, he kind of sees this army moving towards the left side, making more spines, making more roaches, getting Burrow. Burrow's almost going to complete right now from TarGA, and that's going to help tremendously. But Kas has that positioning I was talking about earlier. He's under siege on the third, Hellions in the front, siege tanks in the back, and TarGA just needs to defend and attack in the right angles.
Yeah, it looks he's setting up the surround now. Few roaches in the back, few roaches at the third. He's gonna wait. Here come the roaches now. Oh, some depots going up from Kas to slow down the roaches. I really like that.
Nice.
But it looks like he's gonna get in here and kill these tanks off. And there goes the Thor. So with that, this push has been completely shut down.
Yeah.
Oh, these drones though. Ooh. Oh my God, that was close.
That was very close.
Yeah, that would have made the push worth it, but as it stands, those drones are still alive. I mean, yeah, he's reproducing 8 more drones, making more roaches. He's probably gonna go poke at the third now that he's dispatched all those tanks. And yeah, that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, and that's a very interesting timing from Kas. I mean, I think it could have worked if his opponent didn't scout it, but of course the creep spread gives you the vision. So if he would have, you know, caught his opponent off guard, didn't have to face against that many roaches, he might have been able to do some damage. But TarGA is just going to move into the third right now of Kas. Planetary Fortress, is he going to finish?
I think it's going to go right for Thors here. He needs to get away from that planetary. He's not going to kill that.
I mean, he's focusing down the very expensive units. I love that from TarGA. Focusing down the tanks, focusing down the Thors. Extremely gas heavy here from Kas. But the planetary fortress did a lot.
Oh, that one Thor. He lives by the skin of his teeth. But
yeah, man.
Yeah, but that was good though, because you just need to trade those relatively easy to replace roaches with, you know, the tanks and the Thors. keep the supply relatively equal while you continue to tech. We still don't see Hive out of Targa. We have to see that relatively soon here. I also wouldn't mind to see just a ton of spine crawlers going down. Oh, nice Hellion run by, but Target comes in, drops some roaches to clean